Hey everyone, welcome to episode 19 of the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name is Melissa and I'm podcasting to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Wednesday, December 23rd, and it's roughly 12:30 in the afternoon. Today is also my sister's birthday, so I'd like to wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sue. I hope you're having a great day. She lives like about 15 hours away from me, so we just have to talk on the phone and FaceTime with each other, but I hope she's having a great day. Excuse me. It is 2 days before Christmas, and if you celebrate, I hope that you are enjoying the season and that you're not too stressed out with all of the things that need to get done for Christmas Day. I have my presents bought and wrapped, which is great because a lot of times I'm waiting till the last minute to get everything done. So I have a couple days that I can just relax, or I don't have to be worried about, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, and so I'm real glad about that. I just have to finish cooking dinner for Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day I don't cook. We order platters from Publix, and if you live in the South, Publix is a very nice grocery store. And they have an excellent deli and bakery. So I just get platters of sandwiches and then get desserts and stuff. And then I don't have to worry about it. Christmas Eve this year, excuse me. Christmas Eve this year is going to consist of a baked ziti, or I should say my version of baked ziti. Because it doesn't have ziti in it. It actually has rigatoni because that's the noodles I prefer, the pasta that I prefer. And I actually put meat in my sauce. So I have the sauce made and now I just have to put it all together. So not too much to do. And I thought wanted to get on here quickly before Christmas. I was meant to podcast Monday and then I said I had no time. And then I said, okay, I'll do it Tuesday, and I had no time. So now I have a little bit of time, so I wanted to get on here and quickly, I don't know if hopefully it'll be quickly, we'll see, but I wanted to podcast, show what I've been doing, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. So I have two finished objects. They're not really finished objects. I still have to weave in the ends, but I just didn't feel like it. And I don't know how many whips. I have a few whips. 1, 2, 3, I think 5. We'll see. We'll get into it. And then I have a little bit of yarn to show. And if you can hear anything in the background, that I have my grandbabies here. Their moms are at work, so they're here staying with me. So I have the door open in case anything happens. I want to be able to hear it. So that's what that noise is. And if they come wandering in, that's okay. So we'll get on with my finished objects. I'm going to take a quick sip of my tea. I have it in my, oh look. Ooh, I made a mess. I have it in my Christmas peanuts mug. Okay, so here we go. So my first finished object, minus the ends being woven and it's not been blocked. My first finished object, insofar as knitting it goes, are my socks. And they're both done. Well, the knitting is done. And they haven't been blocked, so they look a little, disheveled, I guess. I don't always block my socks before I wear them, but these I will. They just look like they need it. They look good. I'm really happy with them. I think I had like 1.5 of the socks done last time. So now they're done. And like I've said before, I always do shorty socks 9 times out of 10. It's been a long time since I've made a sock longer than this for myself. So this is just 15 rows of 2x2 ribbing, and then 25 rows here. I do afterthought heel, and this is about 60 rows, and then just a regular toe. And yeah, that's it. And the yarn, this is Knit Picks yarn, I will get the yarn out. These are, oh, my needles are caught. So this is the yarn that I used. Is the other one in here? Yep. These are the two yarns. And they're Knit Pick Stroll Tweed. And this cream colored one is Oyster Heather. And this orangey one is Persimmon Heather. And it's 231 yards, 50 grams, 65 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 10% Donegal tweed. So, and I use a 2.25 needle, and I do magic loop. So I got those socks done. I'm really happy with them. Actually, did I have... Yeah, I think I had about one and a bit on my last podcast of these done. So I'm happy with these. And that's my first semi-finished object. And then my second finished semi-finished object, I haven't woven in the ends or blocked this either, and it'll definitely need both. Which one? Okay. Here it is. I finished the I want to make sure I don't want to make sure I get the name right. The Cozy Christmas Cottage placemat right here. And this is designed by Rachel Van Shy. And it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I feel like there's another name. Maybe not. Maybe not. But there are a ton of washcloth patterns that are like this, where it's just knit and purls to form a picture. She has a ton for every holiday you can think of, for every season. She has I think she has a couple of other placemats like this, and she has hanging towels and just everything. So not everything that I talk about that I'm able to link below, I will. So this is mine. Like I said, I can't really block it. So the last time I showed this, I was here. This is where I was, and so I finished all of that. So this is it, and it's curling up. So it really, really, let me back up just a tiny bit so you can see it. So sorry, it's just curling up. I don't know. Try to get it so you can see it. I'm happy with how it came out. Oh, it's just a loose stitch. I'm happy with how it came out, and it'll look a lot better when I get it blocked. And I'm not making, I'm just making the one and put it in the, because I figure I can have this like for the winter, because it's like a winter scene. So there's that. And the yarn that I used, oh, I've got a frog in my throat. The yarn that I used is the Loops and Thread Cream Cotton. And the colorway is, here we go, Country Blue. And it's 432 yards, 200 grams, 87% cotton and 13% nylon. And I have this much left. So I have a lot to do something with. Make smaller washcloths, probably. It's probably what I'll do with it. Washcloths or dish towels. So I have quite a bit left. And I used, for my needles, I used the Chalgoose 4mm. These. So yeah, those are my two almost finished objects. And then now we can get into all the whips that I have, which, let's see if I've started, and I think I started 2 new things. I can't help it. All right, so I'll just show some things that I have already shown, and then I'll get into the new stuff. All right, the first one that I'm going to show is more socks. I was knitting for my husband. And here they are. And it doesn't look like, it looks like I'm about the same spot that I was in before. But last week I had cast on 72 stitches, and when I tried them on my husband, they seemed a little loose. And you know, with socks, you want that negative ease, let them stretch so that, you know, you don't want them loose. So I took it all back to the ribbing, and I started again with 68 stitches. So I've done all that. And now that I've got my other socks done, I can concentrate on these. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. It just cuts me off when that happens. So, yeah. So, this is, I can't remember what I said, but I started down to the ribbing, or I went back down to the ribbing, and I knit all of that. And this is the yarn that I'm using, and this is a Peyton Patton's Crochet sock. I'm not sure. Yes, I do have it. This is it. And the colorway of this is flax. It's 50 grams, 166 yards. 75% wool, 25% nylon. It's not nearly as soft as the Knit Picks, but that's okay. These socks are tough and last a long time. And the needles I'm using are Chalgoos, and they are 2.5s. I think I said before the needles I used for my socks were 2.25s. That's normally what I use. But this, I'm using the 2.5s because the yarn is thicker. It's a fingering yarn, but it's a lot thicker than, you know, than for sure the Knit Picks yarn. Most fingering yarns, it's a bit thicker. It's almost like sport weight. So, and you can see with a 2.5, like how tight that is. So if I had, how I knit, for my personal preference, if I had gone down to, I had used a 2.25, it would just, I think it would just look too tight. So yeah, I'm happy with those, and I think, yeah, that's about it. Now I can concentrate on these more. Although I have been looking in my yarn stash for what I want to knit with next for socks for myself. So yeah, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so the second works in progress. I can't remember. I don't know if I showed this last week, but this whip has been going for a while, and it is my granny stitch shawl, triangle shawl, and it's getting bigger. I added just a few extra rows, but look, the rows are much, longer now. So this is it. Let me see. I don't know. It's about at my wingspan. No, it's a bit longer, but this is it so far. Let's see. And the last time I showed it, I was here, and so I've put on 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, about 4.5 rows. So this is it, but I've still got a lot of yarn, and I would like to use up all the yarn and just get a really big shawl. It's kind of, kind of a good size now. But I like it. I'm just going to use all of the yarn. Then I won't have less scraps that I'll have, and it'll be a nice big shawl. So there's that. Let me scooch a bit closer. And I can't remember, I don't know where I put the pattern. It is it's a free pattern I got off of Ravelry, and I'll link that down below. And the yarn I'm using, so this already has one ball of this yarn in the shawl, and then this is the second ball. So I've still got quite a bit of the second ball. And the yarn is the Sirdar Jewel Spun Aran weight, 200 grams, 546 yards, and it is 100% acrylic. And I don't know the colorway. And I'm using, the crochet hook I'm using is a 6mm crochet hook. So there's that, works in progress. Okay, so to have, oh yes, one other thing, and I don't know if I showed this last week. I don't know. I don't think I've worked on this for a little while, but this is the sweater I'm knitting. I kind of intermingle. I don't do like people who podcast and do knit and crochet. They'll do their crochet and then they'll do their knit, and I just do both. Whatever I pick up. Sorry. Oh, my throat. All right, so I'm knitting, okay, I'm knitting this basic raglan sweater by Jovi Locatelli. And this is the back of the sweater, and a better picture there's of the front of the sweater. So it's just basic raglan. It's easy so far. It's been easy so far. And this is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and I put in a few rows. And it's not quite looking like a, well, I haven't split for the arms or anything, or separated for the arms, so it's kind of hard to, please don't, where's my needles? Okay. So let's try and get it so you can see. All right, so this is it so far. And the last time I showed this, I was there, and so I have done all of that. I've done all of that. So a little bit of progress. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this color. I love the color of this yarn. This is also a Knit Picks yarn. This is it. It is the City Tweed DK weight. So it's a DK weight sweater. The colorway is Plum Wine, 50 grams, 132 yards. It's 55% merino wool, 25% superfine alpaca, and 20% Donegal tweed. And I think that's about it. And the needles I'm using my Hiya's 4mm. And that's it. And it looks good. So let me see. Yeah, this is the front. I like it a lot. It's a pretty color. So that's coming along. So that's works in progress. I guess 3. I don't know what I got caught in my throat. All right. And so these are the 2 new whips that I've started. The next one is crochet. And a while back, or a few podcasts back, I had showed you that I had made this ear warmer. this ear warmer. And it was the Queen Bee set. And it's a paid for pattern. It's on Ravelry and Etsy, and I think I got it off of Etsy, but it's on both. And it was like $5, and you basically get 3 patterns. You get the ear warmer, headband, whatever, the cowl, and the mittens, or the fingerless gloves. So the first one I did was the ear warmer. So now I've started the cowl. This is what I've gotten so far. Hi, honey. And this is what I've gotten so far. And the yarn I'm using, this yarn here, did I take the, this is the Red Heart Unforgettable. And the colorway is Stained Glass. Here's a full skein of it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So this is the first skein. I've already made this out of this skein. And I've gotten this much so far with this skein. It's a medium 4. 100 grams, 270 yards, 100%, let's see, wait, 100% acrylic. And I'm using a 6 millimeter hook. So it shouldn't really take me too long because I don't want it, I don't want it too long. So that is another works in progress. And I doubt I'll make the fingerless mitts. I doubt I'll do that. Okay, so there's that. Look at this T-Doddles bag. Oh, she has the best bags. Alrighty, and then my last works in progress. I just barely started this, but I couldn't resist. Of course, look at this Christmas bag from Cottontail Farms. I love it. And the dog is my favorite. It's pretty. Alright, so this is, I'm making the escarpment cowl. And I got this off of Ravelry. I think it's a paid pattern. I don't really know, but I'll link it below. I have had this for a while. And really, if you look here, it's meant to be done, I think it is meant to be done, or it works well with a gradient yarn. And so I just don't have any gradient yarn. And I just don't really have any gradient yarn like that. And see, look, it's cool because I don't want to show any of the pattern. But if you look, like the back of it, you can see it's attached. So I really just barely started it. So this is all I have so far. This is it. This is all I have so far. And the yarn I'm using, look at this beautiful yarn, gorgeous yarn. This is Christmas yarn that I bought this year. And yes, there's no way I'll get it done for Christmas, but I mean, it doesn't matter. This could be worn. It's just, it doesn't look like it's not like screaming Christmas. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like it's green and red and, it's not. I think that it'll be fine. Well, I'm enjoying, it doesn't matter. I can have it for next Christmas if it really looks too Christmassy. It's just beautiful yarn. It's so soft and nice to work with. And this is from Bumblebee Acres. I love them. This is their tag. And the name of this yarn is a Christmas engagement. And evidently that's a Downton Abbey inspired. So it's a reference. I don't watch that show, but I've said this a million times, but they have a lot of inspired yarns. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Outlander, other shows that I can't think of. And they just, for the ones that I like, for the Outlander, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter, I'm familiar with. And their yarn that is inspired by those programs is just so good. It's just so good. So this yarn is a DK weight. It is superwash merino, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And there's 246 yards and it's 100 grams. Isn't it beautiful? It was beautiful in the hank. And it's beautiful in this cake. Look at it. And this is going to be, oh, this is going to be beautiful. It's so nice to work with. And these are my Hayas. Oh, it'd be a miracle. I think they're 3.5s. It's pretty. And it shouldn't really take too long. Shouldn't take long at all. All right, so that is my last works in progress. And then now I'm going to show my Lether box for the month of December. And then I have a little bit of Knit Picks yarn that was supposed to be, it's like an early Christmas present. That's what I'm going to say. There's so much stuff everywhere. It's like Santa's workshop in here. Okay, so let me show my Lether box. So I'm getting ready to show the Lether box. Anybody out there that happens to be watching doesn't want to see this, doesn't want a spoiler. All right, so the theme, the collection this month is the Ladybug collection. And the yarn that it came with is this. That's the yarn. Yeah, it looks like a ladybug for sure. I have to say I was underwhelmed by this. Although, I mean, it is beautiful. But this is a bulky yarn. Let me just look in here if it... It's just a bulky yarn. Number 5. It's quite bulky though. I mean, that's really... It's really thick. I just got another text message. Oh. So that's a 5, but that seems even bigger than a 5 to me. So the name of the yarn is Ladybug, Bulky Gold, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 76 yards, 100 grams. And the patterns, be careful not to show anything, which I will make this actually because it's beautiful. And what else am I going to make? Because it's not like a lot of yarn. So is a head air warmer. And I'm pretty sure I'll make this. I don't want to give anything away. Oh. So that's the pattern, the ear warmer. It looks nice. And any of the other patterns, she's got a square in here you could make. A square. And anything else. And then I think there's a pattern, like if you didn't want to get wool, you could get a cotton yarn. And there's a cowl Well, I mean, you could make this, you could make a cowl with this too. I don't know if it's enough. It's a fern cowl. And that's it. But these are all the options you had. Like you have, there's the yarn, the wool yarn. That is the cotton, because if you don't want wool, you can get cotton. And these are the stitch markers. I'll show you in a minute. Well, it said that bonus item, Ladybug Yarn Ball sticker. I don't think I have that. I don't think that came in mine. And then the crochet hook. This, well, let's see. Okay, so it came with, this is the stitch marker, which I really like a lot. This is the stitch marker. And then this is the hook. Check this hook out. This is a N, which is a N is a 10 millimeter. Look at that. That's a big hook. And I don't think I've ever used a metal hook that size. Usually they're plastic. It's beautiful though. It's a beautiful hook. Yeah, so that, oh, and I didn't get a sticker, but I did get a piece of candy. So yeah, that's my lether. And then my, now onto my little bit of the yarn haul. So, I got this off of Knit Picks, and they, I don't know if it, I can't think that was a sale, but they have mystery bags. I don't know if they still have them now. I've never got a mystery bag before, but I got a mystery bag from Knit Picks. And I think I got something, I want to say everything was like, it was all like 20% off. Even the mystery bags, but I don't know. So I get a mystery bag of wool, and it had 6 skeins in it. And then to get free shipping, like if you go on to We Crochet, which is the same thing as Knit Picks, all you have to do is spend $35 on We Crochet. You get the same Knit Picks yarns. I don't know if they have all the same that they have on the regular Knit Picks website, but it's $35 is what you spend. You get free shipping, as opposed to Knit Picks, which is $65 and you get free shipping. So I went on to We Crochet, and I ordered it from there so that I could get the free shipping. So I don't think they put, yeah, they don't put prices on there. They don't put prices. But anyway, I know that I wanted to get the free shipping. So I got some Felici worsted weight. I'll show you the mystery bag in a minute, but I'll show you the Felici first. And I got this so that I could get the free shipping. So this is a Felici. You might be familiar with it because they do a lot of Felici sock yarn. It's a real popular thing. But every now and then they come out with this Felici worsted. And so I got this for the sole purpose of making hats. And so I got this one. I only got 2. I get this one, which is Punch Bug, 218 yards, 100 grams. It's a number 4, 75 superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. It's beautiful. It's so soft. And then the other one I got is this one. And yes, I'm pretty sure it was this one. Ross from Smells Like Yarn, he made a hat. And I'm pretty sure it was this one. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful. So I was like, I want that. So this is Lost Lakes. So my sole intention of getting these is to make hats. So now on to the mystery yarn. The mystery bag, which I've never gotten before. All right, so here we go. So like I said, it came with 6 skeins of yarn, and they had options. You could choose wool, luxury, sock, and I chose the wool. It had like wool. They had bag number 1, bag number 2, something like that. Hey! Yeah, here we go. Alrighty. So the first one we got, so they're all different. They're all different. So the first one was this Wool of the Andes tweed. They have a lot of this tweed on their website. And this is 80% Peruvian Highland wool, 20% Donegal tweed. And it's not, I like this kind of yarn that's very woolly. It's not extremely soft. But there's that. It's a number 4. It's 80%, I just said that, didn't I? And that is Dill Heather is the colorway, the name of the yarn. 110 yards, 50 grams. So I got that one. And then the next one I got was this one. So I've had this before. I don't think, okay. So I've had Wool of the Andes. I don't think I've had Wool of the Andes tweed. But obviously, you've seen I've had Knit Picks tweed yarns, but I've not had this specific tweed yarn. But I have used Wool of the Andes a lot. All right, and so now I have this palette yarn, which I've never had before. It's a fingering weight. Yeah, Raspberry Heather, 231 yards, 50 grams, 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And it feels like wool. It's not terribly rough, but it's not soft. But I still like it because I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. All right, and so the next one is the Chroma, which I've wanted to try, but I haven't. So this is the Chroma, and it's worsted weight, and the colorway is Go-Go Boots. This is it's 198 yards, 100 grams. Number 4, sorry if I said that, 70% superwash wool, 30% nylon. And these, I consider myself someone that likes nearly most colors. This would have to be one that I'm not hugely in love with, but I still like it though. Maybe it's because it's nearly Christmas and that looks very spring. So there's that. And then I love this. I love this. This is the Big O bulky weight. Oh, it's so soft. I want to get more of this. It is 50% superwash merino wool, 50% nylon, and number 5 bulky. Tansy Heather, 110 yards, 100 grams. I love it. I do like this a lot. And that's 110 yards. That's not bad for bulky. So there's that. I really like this. I love the color. And I want to get more of this. And I don't know what I'll do with it, but I like it. And then I got this, which kind of threw me for a loop. Because I thought it was their bear yarn. But it is. It isn't, because it doesn't say bear yarn. So this is Wool of the Andes, bulky weight. And the color name is white, 137 yards, 100 grams, 100% superwash wool, and it's, yeah, bulky weight, number 5. So I looked at that and I thought it's not very soft either. Well, it's 100%, well, superwash wool. It's not the softest. I thought it was their bear yarn. I've never had their, I don't even know what that looks like. And I just thought, what am I going to do with that? But pretty sure it isn't, because I think it would say bear yarn, right? I don't know. So there's that. And then my absolute favorite, I am in love with this. Look at that. This is 100% superwash merino, 114 years, 100 grams. Hey! Shh! Shush! Shush! Shush, baby. Sorry. I don't feel like editing or anything. You're going to see all of that. So this is Aran Heavy Worsted Weight. It's a number 4. And the name is Muse. And it's untamed hand painted. And I love it. This is my favorite. So that's it. That is my yarn haul. So for mystery bags. Yeah, I was pretty happy. I've never got mystery bags because you don't know what you're going to get. But I can't think of too much at Knit Picks that I wouldn't like. I don't know if I'd really want any of the lace weight. That's not really my thing. But I love Knit Picks. They have a sale going on now. They need to stop. They need to stop because I don't need any yarn. So like you see that, and that's a lot of yarn, but that is a lot of yarn, but I have you don't see over there, you don't see over there. I have a lot of yarn. Okay. So the only other thing is that I just kind of wanted to bring up is that I have to pick some sock yarn for my next, and these are for my next pair of socks, and these are what I picked out, and I'm going to pick one of these. This is white birch. This is self-striping, my sun and stars. Or there's this one from white birch, which is electric slide. Or this one from String Theory. This is Fourier Transform. Or this one from Nomadic Yarns, which is saltwater, which I think it's going to be this one. I can't decide, so because I'm trying to think of after Christmas, from Christmas to New Year's, it'll be, my husband will be home. I won't have to do school with my grandson, so it'll be kind of a little staycation. So I gotta pick some yarn to knit socks with. So these are my 4 choices. So which will it be? I think it's gonna be this one. All right, y'all. So that's it for my podcast today. I want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll probably podcast before New Year's, but with this time of year, you don't know. It gets busy, so you don't know what. Even after Christmas, when I'm planning on having kind of a week of a break, you don't know. So we'll see. But I hope, again, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. So that's it for my podcast. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd surely appreciate you to subscribe to my channel and to give me a thumbs up and a comment. All right, that's it. See y'all soon. Bye now.